Welcome to Serenity and Fire, the podcast where wellness meets grit. I'm your host, Krista Guidenti, founder of Panacea Luxury Spa Boutique. Join me as we dive into the intriguing world of biohacking, clean living, cutting-edge spa trends, and the hustle, grind, and grit of entrepreneurship. From my personal battles with weight management, infertility, and a 30-year journey to create and launch my dream business, to building a sanctuary for those who have been touched by cancer, I'm here to share real talk, inspire big dreams, and spark a passion for holistic living inside each and every one of you. So let's dive in. Welcome back to Serenity and Fire. If you tuned into the last episode, you know we covered the truth about sweat, how sweating is sacred and is one of the many brilliant communication signals that our bodies use to tell us what is going on with us inside and out. Today, we're taking the next step in that journey and diving into something every clean living, conscious person eventually faces: the underarm detox. That strange, sometimes smelly, occasionally sticky phase when you decide to give up your aluminum-based antiperspirants and switch to something natural. For those of you who have not yet made the switch to natural deodorants, I have a little spoiler alert for you. Your body will definitely go through a period of sweating and stinkiness that you may not be used to experiencing when you are making that transition. It's basically your body saying, I guess we're doing this now. So let's talk about what's really happening, how long this unpleasant transition lasts, and how to make it through it without feeling like you're losing the deodorant war. When you stop using aluminum-based antiperspirants, as I just mentioned, your body goes through this transition period. Many call this an underarm detox, which is a little oversimplified and not quite completely accurate because it's not actually a detox in the medical sense. Your body doesn't just suddenly start purging toxins from the deodorants that you've used all of these years through your armpits, but instead it begins what I would call more of a rebalancing phase. Those sweat ducts that have been plugged by those aluminum salts for years, like we talked about in the last episode, they're now suddenly starting to reopen back up again, and your skin's natural ecosystem, also known as your skin microbiome, it begins to reset. As we've discussed before, your skin microbiome is that community of bacteria that lives in and on our skin. So when we are detoxing our underarms, we are actually repopulating and rebalancing the bacteria that's living under our arms, and our microbiome is learning how to function again. How to sweat, how to breathe, and how to self-regulate. This phase can feel uncomfortable. You may sweat more, smell stronger, or even see minor irritations on the skin. But this isn't your body misbehaving, it's your body remembering. And it needs some time to regulate its perspiration again, so you may notice more wetness than what you're used to. The stronger smell happens because while your microbiome is shifting and rebalancing, the production of odor-causing bacteria may also increase for a period of time, resulting in a different and sometimes stronger smell. And because some natural deodorants use baking soda in them, you may also notice what looks like a rash or irritation. This actually happened to me, but I now know that that was from a sensitivity to some of the ingredients, not from the actual detox itself. In fact, the natural deodorants I was using then that caused this irritation in the beginning are now not a problem at all for me to use. For most people, this rebalancing lasts about 4 to 6 weeks. So just remember, as you're going through this is the change that's occurring in the mix of bacteria under your arms, and odor-causing species may temporarily dominate before the beneficial ones return. And that's why you may notice that odor. Think of it as something similar to when you're retraining a neglected muscle, like when you haven't done yoga or Pilates in an eternity, and then you suddenly start it back up again and realize that you can barely touch your knees, let alone bend over and touch your toes. At least that is always the case for me. It's awkward before it becomes efficient again, but if you keep at it, it does get easier and easier, and before you know it, you're doing all of those moves like a pro. So when we talk about detoxing the underarms or rebalancing the underarms, most people hit what I call a stinky stage, somewhere between day 3 and week 3. This is when your microbiome is in flux. The bad bacteria tend to surge before the good ones can recover and catch up. And the best thing you can do during this process is to support it gently and try to remain patient. I know for me, when I went through this phase, I made sure I always had a natural deodorant with me wherever I went, and I still keep a backup bottle in my office to this day. So that way I can reapply whenever I start feeling a little sweaty or even a bit smelly. The key through this process is not to panic. Your body is not betraying you, I promise. It's just balancing things out. And what you're smelling is actually a temporary bacterial imbalance, not your body failing in some way. And it's definitely not a sign that natural deodorants just don't work for you. Your body will eventually adjust on its own, but in the meantime, here are some tips to help you ease into and through this rebalancing phase. So first, you want to go easy on cleansing. Avoid harsh antibacterial soaps. At first glance, they sound great, but they actually wipe out not only the bad bacteria, but also the good bacteria that you're trying to rebalance in your microbiome. You want to use a mild, pH-balanced cleanser or simply warm water and a non-toxic all-natural soap that doesn't have any antimicrobial ingredients in it. Even organic ingredients like tea tree oil or eucalyptus oil, which we normally love in products because they not only smell amazing, but are also natural antimicrobial agents. We have to be careful in delicate areas like the underarms because these essential oils are broad spectrum antiseptics that can also kill the good bacteria in your underarm microbiome. Unlike a couple of hacks I'm about to share with you here in just a minute, these essential oil type products cannot differentiate between beneficial microbes and harmful ones. And when this happens, we end up killing the good bacteria along with the bad. And this can upset the armpit's bacterial balance, sometimes leading to an overgrowth of odor-causing microbes or stress-tolerant bacteria that return smellier than even before. That said, some people can also use just warm water to cleanse, but I know for me, I found that it's not enough to get rid of that odor if it's already started to creep in. I definitely need a good cleanser that can rinse that odor away. And after shaving, you want to let your skin rest for a few hours before applying deodorant to prevent skin barrier irritation. So going back to those wellness hacks that I mentioned, two of my favorite underarm safe cleansing tips are the following. First, you can stop by the Panacea boutique and pick up a bottle of our Kombucha Microbiome Foaming Cleanser. If you remember all the way back to my eliminating toxins episodes, you know that I talked about this product quite a bit, and here's why it can work for your underarms. First, it uses micellar technology to gently lift away impurities like oil, dirt, and debris without overstripping your moisture. This means it will effectively clean the skin without causing dryness or irritation. It's also microbiome friendly and contains prebiotics, probiotics or ferments, and postbiotics from kombucha to help maintain and balance the skin's natural microbiome. This will aid your underarm skin in rebalancing its bacteria during the transition away from those aluminum-based and toxic-based antiperspirants and deodorants. The kombucha formulation also includes soothing ingredients like jasmine and white tea, which are gentle enough for sensitive skin and help to calm irritation. This is particularly beneficial for the delicate skin of the underarms. And finally, the Kombucha Microbiome Foaming Cleanser is sulfate-free. Unlike many harsh body washes, this product is free of sulfates, which means it will not strip the skin's natural oils or its protective barrier. Okay, now on to my second wellness hack, and that is to use force of nature to address the root cause of body odor, which you now know is from odor-causing bacteria. If you remember, force of nature is that miracle disinfectant I just talked about a few episodes ago, that when electrolyzed converts vinegar, water, and salt into hypochlorous acid and sodium hydroxide, making it not only your go-to all-in-one multi-surface, multi-purpose cleaner, deodorizer, and disinfectant that kills 99.9% of germs, all without a single toxic chemical that can be made right in your own kitchen in just 3 super simple steps, but it can also be used to manage your underarm odor. I told you that product is amazing. And the reason it works on your underarms safely is because of the hypochlorous acid. Remember, hypochlorous acid is the same compound our immune system makes naturally inside our bodies to fight off diseases and infections. And it also just so happens that when used properly, hypochlorous acid will not prevent your body from generating the good bacteria that's needed to balance your microbiome and manage that underarm odor. In fact, it's actually considered microbiome friendly and helps reset the skin without the harsh sterilizing effects of other antiseptics like alcohol or benzoyl peroxide. I was initially worried that force of nature might be too harsh on delicate skin, but the company explicitly states that its product is safe for use on skin and has received the National Eczema Association's seal of acceptance, as well as the highest possible safety rating from the Mayo Clinic's Skin Safe Allergy Rating System. Plus, the Force of Nature appliance creates hypochlorous acid at a very low and gentle concentration. At this level, it is safe for skin and does not cause the drying, burning, or irritation associated with other products like bleach. It's non-toxic, non-irritating, and safe even for freshly shaved skin. A few spritzes before deodorant or just after your sauna treatment can reduce odor while calming that irritation. Okay, so on to my next tip for helping you ease into the rebalancing phase of your underarm detox. You want to also gently exfoliate the area a few times a week with a clean washcloth or a clay-based scrub. This helps remove deodorant residue, dead skin cells, and product buildup. I recommend that you use our underarm detox bar for at least the first few weeks that you're making the transition from your aluminum-based deodorants and antiperspirants to your natural deodorants. This clay and activated charcoal-based product can also be found in our Panacea boutique, so easy to stop by and grab a box, but it's super simple to use too. You just get it wet, lather it up on your armpits, let it sit for a minute or so, and then you rinse it off. You want to let your armpits then dry before applying your natural deodorant, and then you're good to go. This product is also fragrance-free, palm-free, detergent-free, vegan, and it provides the gentle exfoliation that is needed on your delicate underarm area. And since it is made from great ingredients like organic fair trade shea butter, it helps keep your skin soft and smooth too without putting toxins in your body. Okay, number 3, you may also want to try an armpit mask, something that is typically a blend of bentonite or kaolin clay mixed with apple cider vinegar and some water. You would leave this type of a product on for 5 to 10 minutes, and you would do this 1 to 3 times a week. This helps absorb moisture, rebalance your pH, and it does all of that without blocking your sweat glands. Just be sure to follow the mask with a small amount of jojoba or coconut oil to help keep the skin supple. I personally have not needed to do an armpit mask, but if you find you're really struggling with your transition phase, this is an extra step that you can take to help move things along. And the next tip is that when you're picking your natural deodorant, make sure you find one that is formulated with magnesium hydroxide, zinc ricinoleate, or arrowroot powder. These kinds of ingredients help neutralize odor without blocking your pores and interfering with your natural sweat processes. Magnesium hydroxide is great because it balances the pH and reduces that odor-causing bacteria. Arrowroot or even tapioca starch helps absorb moisture naturally. And then when we look at products like charcoal, those kind of products pull impurities and toxins to the surface. And then here's a little pro tip for you. Make sure that you apply your deodorant when your skin is completely dry in order to get the best absorption. It's important to be mindful about what you're applying to this delicate skin area while your body is going through this adjustment phase. So in general, you want to skip anything that has synthetic fragrances, alcohol, parabens, and also baking soda if you're sensitive, because these types of ingredients can irritate freshly open pores. And with baking soda, which is also known as sodium bicarbonate, the issue with that product is that it has a super high pH, like around 9, while healthy skin sits near 4.5 to 5. And when applied daily, baking soda, especially after shaving, the alkaline shift can disrupt your acid mantle and your microbiome, leading to redness, darkening, or even burning sensations. In humid climates or on sensitive skin, the irritation is even more compounded. So while a touch of baking soda can help control odor, too much throws everything off balance. If you love a baking soda formula, just rotate it or buffer it with an oil-based layer underneath. And lastly, you need to wear breathable fabrics. Clothing made from natural fibers like cottons or linens are going to allow your skin to breathe and help reduce moisture buildup. This is something that I notice really makes a huge difference, especially when I wear things like suit coats that have silk or satin linings in them and I wear them with a sleeveless top. I can promise you I'm going to sweat and smell halfway through the day. So breathable fabrics are definitely key. And of course, as always, be sure you're drinking plenty of water and eating a healthy diet. What you consume can affect your body odor too. So staying hydrated and reducing processed foods may also aid in this rebalancing process. Oh, and please don't overwash. Over-cleansing can strip the skin barrier and it can actually prolong the transition process. So let's talk about some supportive detox practices. At Panacea Luxury Spa Boutique, we often talk about supporting the body from the inside out. The underarm detox isn't just about what you put on your skin, it's also about what you do for your body. So here are some of my favorite rituals to help speed up that rebalancing process. First and foremost is going to be sauna therapy, whether it's in our traditional sauna in the men's locker room or the Himalayan salt sauna in the women's locker room. Both will enhance lymphatic flow, help open up the pores, and help your body release stored toxins. Salt particles also have natural antimicrobial benefits as well. So if you're using that Himalayan salt sauna, the salt is literally cleansing your skin microbiome while you sweat. My second favorite ritual is going to be lymphatic drainage massage, whether you're doing that through a manual lymph drainage massage or through our compression suit. This is going to help move that stagnant lymph throughout the body, especially from the underarm and chest areas. And it supports detox pathways that may have been slowed by years of toxin consumption. And that's always a good thing for your body. Third, and one of my favorites, is cold plunging or contrast therapy. So after the heat exposure, a plunge into the cold water stimulates circulation and strengthens your immune system. When we go back and forth between those cold and hot waters and we're doing those plunges, it stimulates circulation, strengthens your immune system, helps with inflammation, and so many other great things in the body. And as I've said before, it's like a reset for your vascular and lymph systems. So cold plunging is definitely on the top of my list. Another one of the rituals that I love is, of course, daily hydration and mineral replenishment. Drinking that chlorophyll water, the hydrogen water, adding magnesium to your diet, and making sure that you have electrolytes are all going to help you stay balanced. And also remember, sweat is salty, so you have to give the body back whatever it releases. So having those electrolytes are very important. And therapies like these are going to help your body reset and restore its natural balance. They're going to promote circulation as well as your body's natural detoxification processes. But also, they're going to help optimize how the body regulates temperature and moves fluids. Heat expands blood vessels, cold constricts them, and creating a natural vascular workout like this leaves the skin clearer and your skin tone more even. Okay, so let's back up for just a minute because I haven't really talked about why we're so concerned about aluminum, aside from the fact that it plugs our sweat glands. Well, aluminum salts, which you may see on ingredient labels as aluminum chlorohydrate or aluminum zirconium tetrachlorohydroxy or GLY. You know, when you hear health enthusiasts say that if you cannot pronounce a product or if it's something that you can't find in nature, it's probably not good for you. This is the perfect example. While these products can keep you dry, they also change how your body cools itself in an unnatural way. So definitely something to be concerned about. But of even more greater concern, in my opinion, is that there's a significant scientific debate around these products because aluminum can behave as an estrogen mimicking compound when absorbed in small amounts. Estrogen can promote the growth of certain breast cancer cells, so researchers have questioned whether long-term daily exposure near breast tissue might contribute to increased risk of getting breast cancer. To date, no conclusive evidence links aluminum antiperspirants to breast cancer, but enough uncertainty remains that many health-minded consumers, including me, choose to minimize exposure until research is definitive. The principle really, honestly, at the end of the day is super simple. If a product isn't essential and alternatives exist that are healthier for you, choose the gentler path. Okay, so let's talk about how long this whole rebalancing/detox process takes. Well, everybody is unique, of course, but here's what most people tend to experience. In week 1, you'll notice the increased sweat and odor, and your ducts are starting to reopen. In weeks 2 and 3, that odor is going to peak as your microbiome starts to shift. And then in weeks 4 through 6, the odor will finally start to neutralize, your skin will start to adjust, and sweat will become lighter and less frequent. By week 6, your microbiome and sweat patterns are finally beginning to normalize. From there, you'll typically find that you need much less product and that your natural scent feels cleaner, not stronger. Some people can even go without deodorant altogether. I'm not one of those people, but some people can. And that is really the power of balance. And when you can do that in a natural way, it's super exciting. At Panacea, we're all about doing everything you can to go clean and all about detoxing or rebalancing the armpits is no exception. We have tons of great natural deodorants and detox products that can help you through this journey. And this whole process has become one of my favorite clean living spa trends because it's more than just beauty, it's biology. And your body is so smart. So when you remove complicated obstacles like aluminum-based ingredients, it returns to its natural state of homeostasis all on its own. So here's your Serenity and Fire takeaway for today. If you're going through your underarm detox or your rebalancing phase, remember this phase is temporary. Transitioning to a clean deodorant isn't a punishment, it's a practice in patience. Sweating is communication, not chaos. And each bead of perspiration is your body saying, I'm doing what I was designed to do. So trust that wisdom, support it with clean ingredients, balanced pH, and products that honor biology, not products that fight it. And remember, every day you choose clean over convenience, you're choosing alignment. That's the essence of true healing inside and out. At Panacea Luxury Spa Boutique and Serenity and Fire, we believe that when you let your body work as intended, beauty becomes effortless. In our next episode, we'll talk about ingredients that heal versus harm, how to decode your deodorant label, spot the red flags, and discover even more ingredients to actually help your skin and microbiome thrive. I'm all about helping you look and feel your best, so every detail matters to me, even your deodorant and your underarm detox too. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening to Serenity and Fire. And if today's episode inspired you, the best way to support the show is to follow, leave us a review, and share these episodes with the ones you love most. And don't forget to follow us on social too at Serenity and Fire. Until next time, keep balancing serenity with fire. I'm Krista Guigeni, and I'll talk with you in our next episode. At Panacea Luxury Spa Boutique, we don't just offer traditional spa treatments. We create rituals that relax your mind, restore your health, and rejuvenate your spirit. From biohacking technologies to advanced oncology-trained care, everything we do is designed to help you heal on the deepest level with clean, holistic therapies, products, and amenities that are second to none. And right now, you can experience two of my favorites, our whole body LED light bed or hyperbaric oxygen therapies. And as a thank you for listening, you'll get 10% off your first session when you use the code Serenity10 at booking. What is your panacea? Let us help you find it, because true wellness isn't a quick fix, it's a ritual.